second part of our show. We have Glynn Jackson in the house.
How you doing,
Welcome, Glynn.
Welcome,
Thank you. Excited about being here.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Glynn is a producer. He's a radio and television personality, fashion and beauty icon. But you know what? Who is Glynn Jackson?
I must be crazy. I often say, I don't know. It probably would have to be a person that have a divine calling. Mm-hmm. It was probably my divine calling to be doing this. Mm-hmm. You know, because no one would have told me 21 years ago I'd be working in the hair industry. I was in the Navy.
Yes.
So to end up dedicating 20 years of my life working with stylists and barbers and helping them to see their own true potential probably would have been far from the scale. You know, it has been an emotional roller coaster. It has been a stressful roller coaster, but it has been a rewarding staircase of excellence. It has taken me from here to Japan, from Japan to Russia, from Russia to the Dominican Republic to Kingston, Jamaica, all based on one idea that I created in my head 20 years ago at Bowling Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. So that's just the power of what is possible when you plant those seeds out on the earth. I realized early that this was $1 billion+ that everybody else was cashing in on except us. Mm-hmm. And it was important to help African Americans know their own strength and their own value, because the biggest disconnect with our community is not that we are great at what we do, because we're awesome, but it's that we see the value in what our community can do. That's what the end result is. So often, you know, we will support other businesses that are doing the same exact thing. It was funny that when Miss Battle was mentioning about the play, so often you get people, they want you to come, they think what you're doing is fabulous, but who's going to fund it?
Exactly.
You know,
that bottom
who's
line.
going to pay for lights? Who's going to pay for wardrobe? You know, and it's amazing that I remember when I walked into the building of the Kennedy Center when I first started doing the Golden Scissors. I needed a venue, and I was like, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to do a show here? But when the labor was like, it'd be about $50,000, and I'm sitting up here like, I don't even know if we can pay for the trophies this year. So, you know, so it was like, it just tells you that, you know, how can you win if you don't play the game?
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes you have to go back in the kitchen, cook something else. Everybody eat. It may not be filet mignon, but everybody is full and we good to the next journey. And so I have just learned to take nothing and turn it into something.
Yes.
I think our business now is about how we can take this industry and make it an opportunity to give back to this community. We created Hair Idol with Brandy, the singer, that gave away back into the community. Over $50,000 went directly back to stylists in the community. Through Golden Scissors Awards platform along in D.C., over $50,000 has been given directly back to the community. Through Pantene Relax and Natural, over $2.5 million in the Pantene Hairtopia event. We are the creators of the Wella Color Charm, which is African Americans and Latinos together, which is in itself is like putting oil into water to show, even though people try so hard to be different, there's so much about us is exactly the same.
That is so true.
You know? So it has been a blessing and a journey, as this year will culminate our 21st anniversary, which will be December the 2nd. It will be in downtown Silver Springs. It will kick off our Hair Boss event, which is a 3-phase part, 7 stylists across America. If you go to the www.bobbyboss.com website, you can cast your votes. Well, online, we'll determine who are our cash award winners: $3,000 for first, $2,000 for second, $1,000 for third, $500 for fourth. Don't cost the stylist one dime. So it's no money received from the stylist by them just participating, because I want these people to realize the value that they have. And it's more than just pay a mortgage every month.
Yes, it is.
I have a question for somebody, you know, like myself, that's not a stylist, a barber, and like I was telling Ursula, I'm not an actor either, you know, but exactly what is the Golden Scissors Awards? I mean, what is it?
Well, the show was designed really because...
It's a show?
It's a show.
Okay.
It's an award show that honors excellence in the beauty industry.
Okay.
When I initially created it 21 years ago, I just did it as an opportunity to bring the communities together.
Right.
Because all these people were doing all of this great stuff, and in the early 90s, stylists and barbers, they were living the good life. Every hairstylist and every barber, you can best believe, had the biggest car and the biggest house. It was just a very thriving and successful business. And you couldn't do anything in the marketplace on a Saturday that somebody selling something wouldn't show up in some salon or barbershop somewhere trying to sell it. So I knew that they had the it factor. So what would happen if you could bring all of those people together? Same goal, same commitment. What could be possible? Okay. So it was really, you were getting awards, but those awards were really divides so that people could come together and exchange information. The reason why we're so displaced in this country is because we're so separated. Everybody works like they're on an island.
Yes.
Everybody works like somebody's going to take something away from them. And until we can come into a situation where we can celebrate each other in what we're doing, and that means like the hair salons, which is mainly our focus of what we work with. If you think about 10 years ago in hair salons, how many big salons do you know still exist today? Where there are about 10 or 15 stylists still working in the same space today. It's just not that many. 21 years later, there is not one salon that started when we started 21 years ago that are still, their doors are still open.
Glynn, what does the future hold for the Golden Scissors Awards?
Television.
Television.
We've got 5 shows that have been created based on our platform. But I really want a television show that puts us in a favorable light.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a reality show where, we have to be joning on each other, degrading each other, making black women look less than, no, but just celebrating the excellence of what we do.
Yes.
For me, when Chris Rock came up with Good Hair, it was a bit disturbing for me.
Oh, I was wondering how you felt
It
about
was
that.
very disturbing for me, and not in the sense, I ain't mad at you. You do you.
Right.
You're a celebrity. You make it work for you. But do that make people think that every black salon operate within those windows?
Amen.
And they don't.
Yes.
Some of these, they don't. I know countless of salons in Atlanta and Philly that are totally upscale, provide an upscale service.
That's right.
And it just really bothers me how so often people create these divine tools that really degrade what we do, and it doesn't uplift what we do.
Yes.
It was probably the fall of Dudley as we know it. I mean, at that time, people often say, well, you'll be on TV, you'll get lots of exposure. But what is the exposure if at the end result it degrades your business?
Absolutely.
How does it help you sell more products? It just doesn't.
Glynn, I have a fun question for you.
Okay.
You mentioned something about reality show, but let's picture this. Glynn Jackson, the movie. Who would play Glynn Jackson?
I don't know, but they would have to be crazy and all out get up. My mother be sitting at the show. She'd be like, "Is something wrong with you?" I'd be like, "No." She said, "You are glutton for punishment," because you're still in a vanity business.
Right.
So when you talk about win or lose, and when they ask me what's the worst part of the show, is when they lose, because they just lose their mind. There is no sense of understanding why they didn't win. They don't take into consideration there was 100 other people.
Yeah.
That I don't know. They have to be the winner just because they participated.
So tell us again about Hair Blitz 2012. And you know what? You're supposed to be announcing the winner of the
Yes, I have that.
thing too.
Yes.
So tell us about Hair Blitz.
Okay, Hair Blitz will celebrate some of the most amazing hairstylists. It will be the first Sunday in December. It'll be in downtown Silver Spring. There'll be 3 amazing shows. The first show will give away over $5,000 to amazing stylists. So if you're out there, an amazing stylist that's on point and ready to go. And then there'll be the individual contest, which gears towards the individual stylists that might not necessarily have a big salon, but they really want to kind of promote their business in front of the beauty community. You can go to our website at www.goldenscissorsawards.com, or you can dial us 202-452-7445. We are anywhere you go on the World Wide Web. So just go to Google and put in Glynn Jackson, Glynn, and just sit back and get a cup of coffee.
All right, thank you. Also, just to let our listeners know that we're going to have a guest, and we're going to be talking about human trafficking next week. So you're going to want to be sure to tune into our show next week. I mean, because Kevin and I is our ministry, to educate the public and just bring you information that you wouldn't ordinarily
normally get.
Exactly.
And human traffic is something that's out there that's going on and happening
Exactly.
right under our noses, and we really don't pay attention to it.
Also, the next presidential debate is tonight, October 22nd, from 9 until 10:30. The topic will be foreign policy. Glynn,
Yes.
you have the envelope. Ta-da-da!
Yes, the hair diagram, Corin L.V. Pryor, C. The Barber, Bling by Keisha Nicole.
Aha, thank you. Congratulations, you
Thank
all. Wonderful.
Yes,
This
indeed.
has been a great show.
It sure has.
Did
Sure
you have-
has. Thank you guys for coming in, and make sure you come see the play. I was to play The Crown of Glory
And
and
the
the Agony of
Deceit.
Deceit. Anything you want to say on the way out?
Well, I
Gotta
guess
make it quick because we're gone. Because the only thing about a 30-minute show
Okay, I'll
is
talk-
only
I'll
last
talk
30
quick.
minutes.
I'll talk quick. Well, first of all, let me give a shout out to my mother, Vashti Battle Brown, and all the teachers over there at Arlington Elementary School. And to your listening audience, I just encourage you all to come out and support a hometown production. Awesome talent, awesome directors, awesome playwright, not being vain, but I think the Lord is just working through me on this particular production. So come out and support it. I guarantee you will not be sad that you did. You'll be very happy. So please come out and support the production.
Yes,
All right.
yes, yes. And make sure you purchase your tickets for Hair Blitz 2012.
All right, thank you. We got to go because Mama's outside waiting in the convertible with the top
Something
down.
like that. So until next week, bye-bye.
That's us.
This was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was fun. It's one of the ones that I've been
This
on.
was
Anything y'all want to say to the YouTube people before we leave? You want to show them your...
to the YouTube
Yeah.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Come out and see The Crown of Glory and The Agony of Deceit, written by Ursula B. Battle. And
One of the co-producers, Rose Ham. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it?
Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks to Sandra. Thanks to the crew. I look forward to seeing you at this year's Hair Blitz, December the 2nd. All the best. See you at the
Right.
Blitz.
All right.
Bye.
Cassandra, let
Yes.
me know when we can come back in. This was